Hello, everybody, and welcome to Expansion Network. No matter how early we start our show, there's always our audience ready and eager to be here with us and to ask questions to Julius because this is the Ask Julius Show. My name is Angel Rivo from Dallas, Texas, and this is, as I said before, the Ask Julius Show. Not only like a show, it's not just another show, it's the show number 93. 93 shows already, and we have, as usual, with us drinking a great tea, Kasey Wallace. Hi, how are you, Kasey?
I am so good. If I may, Angel, I'd love to start the show telling a story about the hand in the video that's got the sand that's falling off of it. Okay. So
Absolutely.
I just thought I would say this. So as the audience knows, we had problems with the other intro because of copyright on some music or whatever. So our team put this video together, collaborative between, my team, which is also Angel's team, and team effort. Okay. And years ago, Julius had this great conversation with somebody, and they were talking about how human beings don't don't grab new thought. They process old thought over and over and over and over again, and that we live very small, in our minds and in our worlds. And they were trying to explain to this person the vastness that there is for thought possibility out there. And we happened to be walking on the shoreline in Hawaii at the time. And they said, if you look down at the sand, just right here on this shoreline, that's an example of how much thought there is, each grain of sand. Okay. Now you take that into consideration going all the way down through the ocean and wrapping around the earth and stuff. And then they told the person that I was walking with, now take your dry hand and put it in the sand and grab sand and then let go of the sand. And just the little bit of grains that are left on your hand are what you process in your whole lifetime compared to all of this thought possibility that is out there. And it was such a massive, impactful metaphorical statement as to how small our minds remain in our lives. And so I love the fact that the team put that hand of sand in there. And I thought I wanted to explain it to the audience. And then, of course, also, as we've said before, Joyce is always talking about us being fractals instead of fragments, which of course is that representation of the kaleidoscope. So I just wanted to open the show with that and send everybody so much love, so much love. It is so great to be here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that. And as you said, you have an incredible team, and they always look for those images and that have so much, behind them, that they represent so much. And we are, we have a great team, and we're really appreciative of everything that they do every single day, including these incredible masterpieces, pieces of art that definitely stand out. So thank you, Kasey, for that. And I'm going to become myself small, as you know, so that we have all the screen for Kasey to channel Julius. And who is Julius? You cannot see Julius, but Julius is fully present here at our shows on all 93. And Kasey has been channeling Julius for many years now. And she channels Julius to answer the questions from our audience. And our audience is already there, obviously. And the first one today was Greg Nyman Jr. saying, hello, everyone. Love this group. Absolutely. We love E2. Love Lai Lauren, another one, the one and only Lori. Hello, friends. How are you? Nice, nice, nice. All right. And then we have questions. And then we have Sarah Air. Wonderful to see you, Angel and Kasey. Absolutely. The pleasure is ours. And then we have again, Love Lai Lauren. Our last class was so great. I'm looking forward to the next one. Look at that. We will talk about this later. We're going to be talking about soul sovereignty later on today, okay? And then we have Angel Wings Amanda, that she was right there waiting for us to start the show. Great to be here today. Thank you for all you do. So much love and light to everybody and our production team behind the scenes. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. So great to be here. Absolutely. And then Wendy Paula sending love and Swift Sage, greetings, all my same frequency friends. Exactly. You couldn't phrase it better. And then we have Katarina's passage with lots of kisses and love. All right, as you can tell, Kasey, everybody is ready here with questions and with love and light for all of us. And I was gonna say I'm gonna become myself small here a little at the bottom. And again, it's not even the top of the hour because the show is at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And today we started a little early. But everybody is here. I'm gonna start with the first question from Magic Missy. By the way, every single show we have new people joining, and actually every single show there's names I'm reading which are the first time I'm reading. So I appreciate you not only for being here for the first time but also for showing up and for asking questions. And the first question is going to come from Magic Missy. Hi Julius, when will the reptilian influence on this planet come to an end?
Mm. Well, that's a great question, Masters, because we want to tell you that the reptilian influence literally lives in your brains. The reptilian brain, that is the influence of the reptilians. And we do know what you're speaking of. We're not trying to make mild of your question because we know that you're speaking of the Draconian reptilians and their massive over influence on the influx of the cabal, Illuminati, the elites, that they're reptilians, that they live on the inside of the parts of the inner earth, that they shapeshift, and that they're very, very influential on the enslavement of humanity here on the Earthship. So we will tell you that the over dominance of the reptilians is being taken care of. It has been in that works for quite a long time now. But what you don't understand is that it's an interdimensional thing. It's an interdimensional thing. It's not just a third dimensional thing. Okay. So there are approximately 11 livable dimensional aspects or realms here on this Earthship. A realm is a dimension that has become governed. And just like you, Masters, the Draconian reptilians are interdimensional beings. They're interdimensional beings just like all of you are, whether you believe that or not. So it is not just a one layer removal. That's what we can tell you. So it is extremely complicated, and it is something that is going on all the time and you're not aware of it. Like, there are teams and squads and everything that's going on to fight them and to take them off planet. But they slide into other dimensions, and the humanoids have to chase them into dimensions. So it's quite a process. It will never come to a complete end because the Earthship is a polarized version of a dimension. That means it holds both positive and negative ions in order to produce particles of matter, which means high frequency and low frequency currents, which makes this realm applicable for both low frequency and high frequency beings. The Draconian reptilians have been very influential on the human brain, the reptilian brain, and that is really where the altered ego is housed. Your growing of your consciousness will diminish the reptilian portion of the brain and actually assist in transmuting it into a higher vibration. And that's all up to all of you to do as far as how the reptilians have limited your levels of consciousness. But the way the reptilians have dominated the realm as far as their exterior aggression, their exterior weaponizing from species to species, that is being handled, but it will go on for quite a long time and need lots of handling. So we didn't mean to make your question quite so long. We wanted to hit it from several different angles for you. We hope we have answered your question this evening.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And more people joining, as you can imagine. VP is here. Much love from Louisiana. We love Louisiana, don't we? Absolutely. And guess who is back in the house? Hilda B. Hilda, let me tell you something. We've been missing you so much, by the way, because when you're not here, definitely we can tell you're not here. So we've been calling your name. Probably you've heard that, or your ears might be or might have been beeping or something. Anyway, it's a pleasure to have you here as everybody else. We also have Joan Schwartz live. Exactly, live. Yay, made it. Absolutely. We're so thrilled. As thrilled as you are. And then we have so many questions. And then we have Brooke as well. Hello, all. Happy to catch a live. Absolutely. It's our pleasure. Thank you so much for being here. This is going to be an incredible show. We're already like 12 minutes into the show. And we already started to answer questions. And Sony is in the house as well. And Magic Missy says, fascinating. Absolutely, it's fascinating. Thank you, Julius. Love you so much. Yes, absolutely. And then Amy, the artist, one says, good night, you all. Okay, so right there, we just started. We have 11 questions waiting for us. All right, so the next question comes from Wendy Pala. Blessings, I frequently guided to my window. I frequently guided to my window and see white smoke billowing out of the chimneys. When I speak light language, it turns to pure pink smoke. Can you explain what that is and why?
You're probably, because you're in an altered state of consciousness, Master, when you are speaking light language and you become more acutely aware of energy frequencies and colorations and even sounds during that time. So during a light language transmission, you're connected with the conscious mind, and the conscious mind takes you to an altered variation of the third dimensional realm, in which case your transfer of language, you can see the coloration behind it. And a lot of times additional movement, and a lot of times, music and sound as well. So that's what we think you probably are experiencing.
All right, thank you so much. Let's go to the next question that comes from Sarah Air. Does it appear the American people will be getting financial relief in 2025?
Well, that is a great question. We're not sure exactly what you're referring to, because there's many ways that can take place. So we could just give you a broad swatch and say yes, because anything is better than what it has been, correct? So yes, it is being worked on right now. Actually, it's already been handled, and it should be showing itself over the next few years, actually.
All right, thank you so much. The next question comes from Katarina's Passage. All right, and she's asking, hello, love and respect, kisses. Can we hear a story about Maria Magdalena and Yeshua? Thank you.
Oh, Master, those are metaphorical stories. Those are parables, okay? We are going to support that the Bible was written by the Cabal. It is really more about satanic worship than anything else, and that those are fictitious characters, representative metaphorically and through parable storylines as to variations of consciousness and possibility. That's what we will tell you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Next question comes from Jedi June. Dear Julius, Kasey, and Angel, a question about red light therapy, far infrared and near infrared light. Does using infrared on one's auric field for healing open a person to lower astral entities? What a great question.
Very interesting question. We're going to support that red light therapy is generally a type of a healing therapy for the physical aspects of the physical body. Anything affects your auric field. You are pure energy. The coloration of red is the representation of the second level of consciousness, known as social consciousness. And social consciousness is the collective thought of religion, separateness and singular, lots of survival instincts, lots of brutality, lots of violence, and lots of competition still remain in social consciousness. It is also the infrared energy frequency band that is the second bandwidth outside of the physical body. So your infrared light is affecting your infrared energy frequency band. And that is associated with the second level of consciousness. We are about to launch the most amazing in-depth several-week workshop to go into the in-depth actualizations truth of your energy bodies, your energy frequency bandwidth, your levels of consciousness. That's all coming in March. So oddly enough, you asked that question. If you'd like a very, very in-depth workshop related to the subject matters, you can talk to Sue at support@channelingjulius.com.
Excellent. Exactly. Support@channelingjulius.com. That's the email address. Support@channelingjulius.com. And our production team will readily give you more information about this and many other things. Let's go to the next question that comes from Swift Sage. Julius, it is said that the Roman Colosseum was a distraction assisting mass control. I suspect today's Super Bowl has similar utility. That thought leads to my question,
which is, I'm not sure what the question is. So are you asking if the Super Bowl is a distraction? We're telling you the Super Bowl is a satanic ritual. That's what it is. The question, everything about it is a satanic ritual, and anybody who watches it or has it on in their house is participating in a satanic ritual. That is the truth. The question is coming up now is, do the white hats have control now and shifting the action of the satanic energy wrapped around the Super Bowl? And we will say that that is questionable. But the Colosseum is also satanic ritual. So everything that goes on there, everything was about blood sacrifice. Everything was about human trafficking. Everything was about child trafficking. Everything was about sexual ceremonies and conduct, and it's exactly the same thing in all of the sports arenas now.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And the next question, we're going to leave, actually, Swift Sage has another question. We'll ask it later on today. And the next question is, once the separation vault is removed, how do we transfer energy progression from a fractalized version of our own self to another?
Through an open mind, Master, a completely open mind and non-judgment of all thought, which is the energetic block that you will create for yourself as you go through your levels of consciousness. Okay. So you aren't usually aware of how much judgment of thought, and since you are thought, that is judgment of self, and that will block communication from one version of you to the next. So as you continue to grow on your conscious journey, that flow should open up for you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And we have more people joining us. Robin Azima, good morning. Oh, we can definitely deduct where Robin Azima is. Definitely. Then we have Sony. Hey, Sony, how are you? Great to see you here. Kasey, you look so beautiful and radiant. There couldn't be more in agreement with that. Absolutely. Here is Sony. And then Amy, the artist, 1. I'm happy to be here after all those missed live episodes. We're happy too. And then Brooke, love getting truth bites. Absolutely. You bet. And then Sony, that was missing out on me, said, Angel, you too, of course. Thank you. We love you, Sony. Thank you so much. No doubt about it. Okay, so let me see. Let me go down. And then Jedi June, Sony Dean, I was thinking that too. Kasey looks radiant and beautiful. There you go. Okay, please keep those comments coming in. And then Wendy said, thank you, of course, our pleasure. And then also replying to Robin Azima, thank you. All right. Let me see. Jedi June saying very interesting. Thank you. All right. Trying not to miss any comment. It's becoming more and more hectic here, which is good. We love questions. All right, I'm going down the list. Just 1 second before I can answer. the following one, which comes from the one and only Sony Dean. Julius, I love to know, what is Satan? A person? An entity? Does it die or live longer or more? How come we all become dominated and worse, not knowing about it? What do we need to know to free ourselves? Thank you.
Well, Masters, we would say that it has long been understood that Satan is the altered ego. It is the altered ego. It is everything fear-based. It is everything that which is not love. That the representation of God, metaphorically, not as a singular and separate type of being, but an essence of truth of all that love is, and that Satan, same thing, is not an entity or a being, but it would be a representation of anything and everything that is not love, that is not love. We hold true to that definition, but humanoids have created God and Satan in their form. And so when you hold a truth, Master, it will play itself out for you as a truth, just as much as humanoids have adhered to God being some type of configured embodied being, and their religions that back that truth up have kept humanoids from knowing themselves as the all. And Satan does the same thing, the way that they have configured that type of an embodied being. So it's up to you, Master, as to how you perceive that truth. But all of everything that holds particles of matter is a holographic projection of a thought, an interpretation, and a perspective. There is nothing that is real other than thought and emotion. Everything else is an interactive holographic projection. So you are not your physical body any more than, even though we're channeling through this body, that this body actually exists. So that would figure or not figure that Satan or God in any type of configured form is an illusion. So that is something for you to ponder.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You're doing an awesome job, Kasey. Says gnarly beer trouble. Kudos. Keep it up. Absolutely. Absolutely. We will always keep it up. And let's continue here with the list of questions. And the next question comes from Brooke. Last week, you mentioned about the survivor of the helicopter plane crash. We are alive. Are you saying they are not alive?
We are saying some of them are alive. Yes.
All right. Fair enough. Thank you so much. Let's go to the next question from J Bell. That's J Bell's question. Hello, I'm curious to know about mirrors. Are they safe to have near the bedroom? Do they have negative energy? What's the best way to clear them?
Yeah. So they're type of a portal. They're a passageway and a portal gate. We would suggest that you put a piece of selenite on top of the mirror, and that will keep energy clear that's coming through that portal in your room. Whether you keep one in your room or not is up to you, but every doorway, every window, every fireplace, every mirror, things like that that are in your house are types of portals, types of energy portals. So we recommend actually putting a piece of selenite over every door, every window, over your fireplaces, and over your mirrors in your homes.
Fair enough. Thank you so much. And the next question comes from Robin Azima. What would be the one thing besides detoxing the body when someone has an autoimmune disease?
So, Master, the autoimmune disease is all about you eating yourself, your body eating itself. And that comes from self-judgment. That's the truth. That is the perception of not loving yourself, actualized in the physical body so that the body is eating itself with disdain. That's the truth. That's the truth. A lot of times people don't realize this, but most of the time they do. Most of the time they carry a lot of trauma and a lot of guilt, and that's being transferred in the body where the body is eating itself. But that has carrying guilt and trauma is a judgment perception that they're clinging to as well.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And the next question comes from Summer. And Summer says, who is the medical medium serving, and why does Julius and the MM medical medium spirit of compassion, two entities that teach truth, say the opposite on how to detox? MM warns against chlorine dioxide.
There is absolutely nothing harmful about oxygen. That's what our perception is, Master. We cannot speak of somebody else's perception. You would have to ask them.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Well, let me add to this. I would be dead like 5 years ago if that was toxic or that didn't help. So
So
anyway.
would all the rest of us. Yeah, so would all the rest of us. We will challenge our health against anybody else's at this time.
And again, with all due respect to everybody, this is just my 5 cents about chlorine dioxide. And obviously, I know literally tens of people that have and are actually drinking it daily. All right, so let's go to the next question that comes from Turk Thornton. Hey, Juju, I like that. Juju, can you explain who has chosen to be the character Trump? And are they using the Andromanian technology to create 3D versions while they stay safe? Love and light, my people.
No, we cannot disclose that information to you as far as the essence of Trump. Andromanian technology is a type of artificial technology that the Hadron Collider is also programmed with to create artificial realms and dimensions. And those are interactive with what we want to call the organic versions of realms and dimensions, but they're mostly using the organic versions.
All right, fair enough. And the next question comes from Love Light Lauren. Hold on, not that one, this one. I've heard some channels talk about Gaia leaving. If true, what does this mean for Inner Earth?
We don't support that. That's true. That's what we will tell you.
All right.
It's not here in the first place.
All right. Let's go to the next question that comes from VP. How can one connect with Julius in meditation? That is a great question. Thank you.
Master, this is the channel for Julius right here. We would suggest that you connect to the highest version of your own self. All unity consciousness truly is. The individual light form is not necessary for you. Do your work of love and compassion and easement. Keep your mind open, love thy own self, and truly allow your inspirational thoughts to come through.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And the next question comes from Elizabeth Wolf. Hi, Julius. Is it important how our bodies are disposed after death? If yes, why? Are there any people in... Hold on. Well, there's another question there, so I'm just going to leave it here. So there's 2 questions that are unrelated here. Okay, so that would be the first question.
Yeah, so we don't believe so because your bodies are holograms, masters. So they disappear no matter what once they become non-productive. All of that is just superstition, programming, and religious beliefs. You are not your body in any way, shape, or form. Should we repeat that? You are not your body. The biggest lie that you have ever been told is that you have a soul. Okay? You are a soul and you have a body, but it's just an illusion. It's an illusion. It's just a puppet master that is being used for you to walk through the realms and dimensions of thoughts and emotions. So we hold no need or value for any form of disposal. They have only weaponized it and monetized it is what they've done. So our perception is throw it in the dirt and use it as fertilizer. That's what we would tell you to do with it.
All right. Thank you so much. And now let's share this beautiful web page that is actually linked to this QR code that you have seen since the beginning of the show. At the top right corner of the screen, Soul Sovereignty. Okay, and this is the special of this week. Isn't it beautiful? I mean, this visual is just beautiful. I love the colors. I love everything here. So because something is happening, it's actually a 3-part workshop happening on the 19th, I think it is, 20th and 21st of February at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, US. Tell us about it, please, Kasey.
This is our 3-part class for this month. Each month at Channeling Julius, we offer 2 courses and classes for people that you can participate in. You can go to the website and get all the information on them. The soul sovereignty is a really, really incredible subject, because so many people believe and adhere to soul contracts, soul agreements, soul families, Akashic records, karma, things of that nature. And Julius is going to hit those subjects pretty hard on the truth of the sovereignty of your soul, and how most people have drifted away from understanding that your soul is completely sovereign in every situation. But not just that truth, but how to really get into that position for ourselves, which could change everything about the signatures that are remaining in our energetic fields, forms of relief and release for us from things that belief systems and energies that have bound us and things like that. It's going to be an amazing workshop. So it's a 3-part workshop. So that usually means that Julius is going to have plenty to say with 2 full modules, but they will usually also give everybody all kinds of information on how to become sovereign again in your own mind and in your own practices. They're going to give some information on how to break some of that energy up for your own selves. And then there's always, Angel, the Q&A. The Q&A is the best part of the classes. And that's where everybody gets to send in their questions and their comments based on the subject matter. The Q&A goes all the way as long as all the questions are answered. It is so much fun. So if you haven't joined any of Julius's classes yet, something for you guys to really, really consider for this year. Julius walks everybody through tangible applications on how to raise their consciousness for very human subject matters, very, very human issues. And that's what all these courses and classes are all about. So check it out on the website and see if it resonates with you. And if it does, we will see you in class.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. And now I'm going to try to stop sharing because, as you know, all right, I think I made it this time. Wonderful. Let's continue. Okay. And I wanted to, by the way, there's obviously so many comments on the chat. So many. All right. Let me see if there's oh, yes. Let's go for this offline question from Nikki Giannini. Tear down of attachments. Do we have to lose everything we own, feeling like nothing is working for me? Relationship is terrible, work hardly existent, not sure what to do anymore.
Yeah, you need to let go of attachments in order to reach a high level of consciousness. That is a truth. That is the truth. Whether you like that truth or not, it is the truth, Master. Truths don't bend and shape and morph based on your comfort zone. Okay. So if you are desiring to hit a high level of consciousness, you will let go of your attachments. What you probably don't understand is the difference between of what an attachment is, And we have classes and courses to help you on that. But to answer your question, yes, you will let go of all of your attachments as you are progressing into the high echelons of consciousness. And you will need to let go of them if you desire to reach the high levels of consciousness. It does not mean you cannot have anything and everything beautiful in your life. Relationships, belongings, okay, health and wellness. It's just whether or not they're attachments or not. Totally different energy. Doesn't mean you can't have anything. You just don't want to be attached to any of it.
All right. Thank you so much. Another offline question from Marianne. Marianne, is there any benefit in following the Mayan 13/20 wave spell system?
We're not sure what you are referring to as far as benefits go. So we're not sure what you mean by that. Okay. Just about every system that's been put into place has limitations to it, if it has numbers to it, if it has language to it, if it has calculations to it and calibrations to it, they generally have forms of limitation in the physical experience tied to all of that.
All right. Thank you so much. And again, that's something I have explained, or we have explained many times. It's just to let you know, there's a lot of people live, obviously, but there's also a lot of questions that did not get answered in previous shows. So we're trying to make a balance between everybody who is on the show already and the people that ask questions offline. So after everybody present here has asked a question, then we go to the offline questions, and then we come back. And this next question is also from someone that asked the question in the beginning of the month offline. I have one ceramic, it's actually Ruth. I have one ceramic right hip, and my left hip is giving me grief. I don't want to have another hip replacement, as don't like anything foreign in my body. I take collagen and recently moringa powder. I was told to have both hips replaced at the same time, but chose just to have the right one, arthritis. Any suggestions? Chlorine dioxide? Much love.
We do agree that putting foreign objects in the body is a very, very challenging decision. And we do agree that it generally creates even more deterioration of your natural tissues in your body, especially around whatever that implant is or that replacement is. Master, there are lots of different things that you can take to help support fascia tissue and soft tissues and what we will call medium tissues around your hip. That is a truth. The practice of yogas, the practice of yin yogas, and things of that nature can help to strengthen your supportive tissues around the hip sections. But it is also and has so much to do, Master, with the way that you think and the things that you feel that are causing the collapse. So your hips carry so much trauma. So much trauma is carried in the hip region. So we would strongly suggest that you do your trauma work to let go of trauma. That's probably what's binding you and causing so much pain for you in the worst way.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Let's continue with the offline questions. This is another incredible question coming from our audience, in this case from Sherry P, as in Paul. I was abducted as a child at 3 years old in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and put into some kind of human experimentation and psychic programming. I have had many anomalous events in my life and significant psychic abuse. This abuse cycle has not ended for me in 59 years. Can you tell me what has my consciousness trapped, and what method exists for me to completely escape these systems? Thank you. I am so very grateful for your help.
You have implants in your body. So that's generally what is keeping you trapped, and they can use them to turn things on and turn things off frequency-wise in your body. You're being tracked and you're being monitored. That is the truth. The good news is we do believe that those organizations that are allowing that to continue are going to stop doing that, with so many humanoids here on the Earthship that are experimentation for hybrid production, as well as psychic abilities and intuitive abilities. You were targeted because you're an interdimensional being and you could transfer yourself fluidly, interdimensionally. And you also had healing abilities. So you could bring small animals back to life when you were 3 years old, and they watched you do that. So they wanted to shut that down in your brain to the best of their ability. So you have an implant in your brain. It was shot up through your nasal cavity. Raising your consciousness will help, but you literally have frequency fighting against you raising your consciousness. It is a misfortune, and it is a challenge, and yet not impossible, Master, not impossible. So frequency, sound frequency, Light therapy and sound frequency therapy can assist to help kill or deaden the frequency activation imprinting that's in your body, as well as the influence of it when it's turned on. But that is what is going on for you.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. The next question is the last offline question of the day from Star Caliber. My question, since all planets are beings' consciousness, and I found out an aspect of my soul is embodied in planet Uranus right now. So who or what does the planets represent? And can being one in parallel affect your reality? Thank you so much.
So, Master, you are all energy. All of your energy is your crystalline energy. All of you has to do with what's integrated into this solar systems that you live in. So, but since you live everywhere, because there's only one of us, you're everywhere, Master. You're everywhere. So please do not limit yourself to believe that Uranus has any more aspect of you than any other essence that exists anywhere. Okay. They just simply represent thought and emotion possibility, just like anything physical does. Truly. You are source energy, Masters. You do not come from planets. You do not come from other beings. You are thought expanded into light, expanded into physical. So we would encourage you to stop thinking of yourself as separate and singular, and stop thinking of yourself as coming or contributing to only separate or singular things. That would serve you greatly.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Next question comes from Swift Sage again. Has there been a noticeable upward movement of the global masses through the 7 seals of consciousness over the last few years? Or is there a vast majority still within level 1 and 2?
97% of humanoid beings here on this Earthship are levels 1 and 2.
All right, next question coming from Amy the Artist 1. What can you tell us about the fires in California? How come they didn't have water in one of the most affluent areas of the US? It's so hard to believe that the pumps were empty.
So, Master, we think you already know the answer to this question. Everything is planned. Everything is plotted. Those were all done with laser. They're targeting certain areas. They're punishing certain people for revealment of what is taking place, but they're also hiding a lot of the child trafficking tunnels that are going on. Everything is about control and manipulation and money. That's what's going on.
Next question from Lauren, Love Line Lauren. Is borderline personality disorder actually narcissism?
So actually, categorically, it is an addition. So narcissism generally has a lot of things that are stacked on it. So multiple personality, borderline personality disorder can be separate from narcissism, but many times narcissism is an attachment on top of that disorder.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And then the next question comes from Summer. Medical medium says that chlorine okay, all right. So is an irritant on the intestinal tract, kills more good bacteria than bad. In high dosages, it's toxic in the brain and does not support the immune system. All right. So I think that, well, anyway, that was her statement. Okay, so let's continue. The next question is actually from, hold on, let's give the chance to someone else. Elizabeth Wolf. Hi, Julius. Is it important how our bodies, hold on, this one already asked. My apologies. The next question, Julius from Magic Missy. Julius, what is the connection between the Draco reptilians and Satan?
That's a good question. So they're just worshipers of that type of energy. That's what we will tell you. They're just tied into, the satanic rituals and things like that. So we are going to say that, the truth is it's a bunch of mumbo jumbo, just like any form of religion is. But that doesn't mean that doesn't reduce itself to practices here on the Earthship. So The draconian reptilians are said to come from this planet of Saturn. So that's why Saturn is looped into Satanism as well. And that is the dominant practice on that planet. Okay. So they're just a dominant race that practice blood ritual. And humanoids have tagged that as Satanism.
All right, thank you so much. Next question from Sony Dean. Julius, what are the benefits of to make Canada, America, and Mexico one? How our life will improve?
Well, there's many monetary benefits. It has a lot to do with trade benefits, masters, and citizenship benefits as well, but also monetary benefits as everything comes back balanced, 1-to-1 ratio for currencies. But it also has to do with unification. So attempt to bringing far less separateness from humanoids and humanity in general in all the different countries and all the different nations. When things are so separated, they can be very controlled and very, very, very manipulated. So the idea is to strengthen services, to strengthen financial, to strengthen health, and to strengthen awareness. That's the theory behind it.
All right, thank you so much. Next question comes from, let me see, comes from Turk Thornton. Can you explain the winter technology? I've always been miserable during the winter season, so I'm not surprised it's not native to Terra. Laugh aloud. What is the purpose?
So the purpose, winter technology is wintertime is considered a dormant time, kind of a hibernation time, a time where your body, your mind, your spirit, and your soul goes into quiet time. It's a great time for creative space. It is a great time for creative space for launching new possibilities as you cycle out from contemplation to execution of thought and emotion. The extremities that they have caused through winter just has everything to do with destructiveness and control and manipulation. So that's what we will tell you.
All right, thank you so much. And then we have Cat 55K that just arrived here. Hi all, Kasey, Julius, Angel, and their world. Absolutely, you bet. Okay, all right. And then Magic Missy, thank you, Julius. Everyone talks about the reptilians worshipping Satan, but no one's ever put together the connection before for me anytime. And Hilda B, as usual, she's ahead of her time. And she's saying, Hilda B saying, Kasey's package at John Burgos show is an amazing opportunity to experience the extraordinary. Wonderful Vault sessions, both group Vault and personal Vault. Great value package. Thank you, Hilda B. She always is there sharing what we sometimes miss. Kasey, what can you tell about this amazing package with John Burgos that you actually mentioned last week?
Oh my God. I have to tell you this. And Hilda, thank you for bringing that up. That is so gracious and kind. Your very kind words. Thank you so much. Angel, last year, Julius came through to me in a whole new level of channeling and actually explained to me finally after 15 years who I am to Julius in another lifetime. I had never asked that question of Julius before. And I got this massive revealment that I am Arsinoe, who is Cleopatra's half sister. So there's a whole story, backstory behind that, which we don't need to talk about here right now. In that, I opened up the ability to see these vaults in your energetic bodies that are blockades from different lifetimes and different building up of traumas and institutions and tortures and punishments that you carry around in your energetic field. I can go into a theta state and see these vaults and pull them out of your energetic body. So we launched that practice, that experience, that application, that service on the John Burgos Show last year in April. And it was crazy, crazy. So all year, this became another truly incredible service between myself, channeling Julius, and also transforming into Arsinoe during this process. And so then our beautiful production manager, Sue, as well as Greg Nyman and a couple of other people, were like, what if there's a vault? What if there's a vault that is separating us from our other lives and keeping us from transferring our progression that we make consciously from one life to another? And I was like, oh my God, right? And boom, 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 boom. The downloads just came in crazy. So we just launched it. And what most people don't know is I didn't even practice it first before we got on the John Burgos Show. Like, John Burgos launched it, okay? Had not even done it. And we had the first group session. And I think Hilda was in on the first group session. You literally got the first application, Hilda, literally. And so we're going through these group sessions to remove this vault. And it's crazy, Angel. It's crazy. The intensity is off the charts. We are having the people report back. A few people reported back to John that oh my God, they didn't know what to do. They felt wonky. They were overwhelmed. They had no idea how much energy was going to come through. Most everybody else has been thrilled and excited. So the package is running on the John Burgos Show right now. It's beyond the ordinary. You can go to our website and catch the link for it. And he's selling this package deal. It's an incredible deal at a reduced price. And there's two packages that you can get. You could get just the group vault session that you can participate in the group to remove the big vault, or you can get a second package where you can have both the personal sessions done, and that's an individual session with me and Julius, one-on-one via Zoom, as well as the group session. It's crazy. It's crazy. And we are having so much fun. It kind of kicks the snot out of me, the group sessions do, the energy that's being thrown. My body is still adjusting to it. But the fact that John Burgos was willing to take it as a 100% launch without it even being tested. Normally I test things on our Academy members, and I've been doing hundreds, if not thousands, of the vaults this year. And so I was very, very confident that we were going to be able to achieve crazy things. But that's the package that she's talking about. So it's going to run. It's running right now on his show. You like I said, you guys can grab it if you want. Go on the John Burgos Show. We've had several people grab several of them now that they've had the experience. They're grabbing it at the crazy price that they can get it at, and it's amazing. So thank you, Hun, for your very, very kind words and mentioning that for me tonight.
Thank you. Thank you, Hilda. Again, as usual, you're always sharing your experience, which is really appreciated. Because there's nothing more valuable than sharing the experience of someone that has gone through all the different packages that we offer all the time, different experiences and different results. Okay, so let me go. We're almost at the end of the show. Okay, so now it's time to, let me see. It's time for, okay, so we've been showing some messages. I know that there are parallel conversations going on here. We try to show everything that's being posted. Thank you so much. I think that the next question is actually Cat 55K question. Was there anything before Source?
No, the Source is everything, Master. It is everything. So you have been programmed for a beginning and an end to things. It goes along with the theory, usually the theory on realms that follow along the practice and the belief system of a time continuum. Time is not linear. It is not linear. Everything is stacked and concurrent in one moment of now. And so the essence that you are has always been and always shall be. And that is the truth, Master.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I think this is going to be the last question of the show, which is actually from Magic Missy. Okay. And this is the question, which is, what is the best way to remote view?
Yeah. So remote view is just a position of getting yourself positioned into your astral travel port. Okay, your astral travel port. So it is a function of the brain. It is a deep meditative state where you are astral traveling and you can direct yourself through astral travel. So remote viewing is generally where you will pick a targeted place to astral travel to. Okay. And it's a very, very deep meditative space. But the best way to practice, master, is to have a buddy or have a friend literally go someplace, okay, away from you. You can do this in your neighborhood. You could have a friend tell you where they are and then tell you to see if you can imagine, you close your eyes and see if you can imagine what's around them, what they're seeing and what's around them. And so by having somebody else there, it gives you an energy target to line up with. So this works really, really well with somebody that you're very energetically in alignment with. So either your partner or a very best friend or, a child or something like that. And it can be practiced that way. Many people do it very easy because they just astral travel super easy. And they can do it more so in their awakened state than just when they're sleeping at night. But remote viewing is a targeted astral travel practice.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kasey, again for making this possible. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Julius, and your group of entities for answering those questions. Final words of show number 93, Kasey.
Just always the same gratitude. So much gratitude to everybody, right? Like what else can we say? I can't express the gratitude enough. Your kind words, and all of you guys are so amazing. Look at your questions, right? Like I still have to say this, Angel, and you know what I'm talking about. Back when we first started doing the show, which seems so many, many moons ago, right? People just didn't know what to ask. And I don't want to say they weren't asking good questions, okay? But they weren't exactly asking questions really kind of related to their consciousness. We were a little bit concerned about that, right? It was kind of a strange flux of energy. As the energy has shifted, especially this year that we've been doing the show since December of 2024.
Three.
Right. 2023. But in December of 2023, right, when we shifted, right, had a big shift this last year, it seems like everybody had a shift, Angel, don't you think? Like the audience itself, stepped up with their questions, and obviously the beautiful people that were drawing. So we saw a huge shift of everything this last year. And it's so much fun. And for me to be able to channel Julius in this is a better form of demonstration as to who they are, right? Than people just kind of asking questions about, quite frankly, very three-dimensional things that are on the news and things like that. And we wanted to get people asking, like, ask some questions of consciousness, right? And it's just been amazing. So everybody keep it up, right? We're having so much fun with all of you.
Absolutely. Lots of things have happened and have changed since December 2023. That is for sure. It's now February 2025, and we are thrilled to have you here. Thank you for joining us again. And again, we love you so much. See you next week, Sunday. It's going to be Sunday. And it's going to be, it's going to be the 16th of February at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's going to be show number 94 already of the Ask Julius Show here at Expansion Network. Our vision is accelerating the consciousness of humanity every single day. That's what we do. And we do that thanks to you and your questions. There's nothing better and more beautiful than those questions. And here we go. Okay, so thank you again and see you soon. Bye-bye.